Smael, how excited are you, if that's the right word, I don't know, about playing on the road in the SEC, and I guess you haven't had a chance to see Williams-Brice Stadium when it's on full tilt, but have you heard anything about it?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I heard it's a real good atmosphere. You know, the fans get real loud. It's going to be a good environment. I'm excited for it.
What is Coach Muschamp like to play for him? Obviously, it's a big game, I'm sure, for him going back to South Carolina.
Coach Muschamp, I love playing for Coach Muschamp. He's like one of my favorite coaches.
Why is that?
He's just like he has this energy to him. It's just like it feeds off of people. So like just being around him, I feel like more confident. You know, he's gonna get you fired up. He's gonna bring that juice.
Have you ever seen those old clips of him in Florida?
Yeah.
Going crazy and stuff?
That's Coach Muschamp. Yeah, you know.
Y'all seen any of that at practice? Does he ever kind of get to that level?
It comes out sometimes, yeah, but it's always all love though, you know. Always hear the tone. Always hear the message, not the tone. Yeah.
You and Tyree came in together in 2021. I was wondering if you could see him being excited to go back home and play against South Carolina.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I feel like it's gonna be a big game for him. You know, going back home. So I feel like really, we don't really try to think too much of it, like as in him going back home and stuff like that. We really just try to take it as another game. You know, prepare for it.
Gotcha. Did you get recruited by South Carolina?
Yeah, I did.
So, did you ever go on a visit there or anything like that?
No, I didn't.
What is you guys you're giving up 1.5 points a game. You talked about last time we talked to you about always having to go to the doctor, you know, on Monday. What do you see in the doctor about, you know, so far?
I mean, it wasn't a perfect game, you know that. So it's always just things you can clean up. You know, you're never gonna play a perfect game, but as long as you strive to be perfect, I feel like you're only gonna get better week in and week out.
Just as far as the middle backers are concerned, what did y'all see from the film from this past week as opposed to that first game? I know you guys kind of talked about some of the mistakes y'all made in that initial contest.
I think we played with more confidence this week. You know? I feel like that was one of the major things that I can tell, was from playing in the game that carried over.
About the tackling, I know that you guys do thud out there and you have some scrimmages, but did you feel like you picked up on the tackling in terms of just securing more guys? I seen you hit a lot of guys in game one. It looks like this time you took them all the way down the turf every time.
Yeah, I mean, from when I first got here to now, it's been a huge jump in my tackling, and it can only get better. It's still a lot to go, but yeah, I feel like tackling is something I've been improving on.
I mean, I got to think in high school, as physical as you were, most of the times you guys just went down with you. Here, it's got to be different when you're playing guys that are as big and strong, right?
Yeah, definitely different. You know, it's a lot better athletes out here, so it's just you just got to play better.
Out of your first two games, what is your favorite place for you personally?
I don't know. Personally, I don't really got a favorite play. Just I don't know. It's not really nothing I can think of for real.
I know y'all weren't focused on that #1 ranking, but is that just kind of the standard that y'all are, keeps that standard that y'all are trying to, be the tough team in the country?
I feel like to be the top team, we're not really worried about ranking. Honestly, I feel like we just go in and just try to play to our standard, and then I feel like if we play to our standard, the rest will unfold how it's supposed to.
90% of South Carolina's yards came through the air. Do you anticipate having your running shoes on and being moving and in coverage a lot against these guys this weekend? Is that what you expect under Spencer Rattler and South Carolina offense?
Yeah, I mean, Spencer Rattler, he's a great quarterback. They throw the ball well, but they also run the ball well too. So we're just gonna have to be ready for whatever they bring for us.
What are the challenges of facing a guy like Rattler? He can extend plays. He's obviously got a big arm. What are the challenges facing him? What have y'all seen from him already?
I mean, it's just he presents a lot of problems. You know, he's a super talented guy. You know, got a strong arm. You know, so just things like that. You got to be tight.
But Bo Nix was another guy that could extend plays, those kind of things. Does facing him so recently help when preparing for Spencer Rattler, or does it not really matter that much?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I would say it helps. You know, just being able to see what we've seen from Bo Nix, and then, when you have another quarterback that can extend plays, try to carry some stuff over.
Going back and looking at that film from the Oregon game, how well do you feel like y'all did containing Bo Nix and limiting his scrambling ability, things like that?
Could you repeat the question?
When you watch the tape against Oregon, how well do y'all feel like y'all did in terms of containing Bo Nix from scrambling, extending plays, those kind of things?
I feel like we did a pretty good job. I feel like we were real connected on the field. We're resilient. I feel like it helped us in the, I guess in the end of the game.
Excuse me if you've already been asked this, but first SEC game of the year, I mean, does that kind of bring a different added energy, kind of bring you at practice this week?
I mean, I wouldn't say a different energy because we prepare the same for South Carolina as we would do for Sanford or for any other school. So we're just going to have another week of practice and just put your sweat in the bucket for the week.
You like noon starts? You're trying to think you're going to be honest right now, right?
I really don't got a preference for real. Like, as long as I get to play, like, this is.
How different is a noon game from a 4:30 game to a 7 p.m. game in terms of just getting yourself ready and what the timing's like on game day?
It's a shorter turnover, so things are kind of like sped up a little bit throughout the week. But aside from that, it's not really any different. It's just another work week.
Are you a morning person in general, or do you become one when you sign up for Georgia football?
Yeah, I feel like you kind of got to become one. Me personally, like, I don't know. I never really I like sleeping in, but it's work, it's business, so you got to do what you got to do.
Center said they call Tate Chuck. Do you call him Chuck? And do you have nicknames for guys in your units and whatnot?
Nah, I never heard of Chuck. They might do it, but I never heard anybody call him Chuck.
Do you have nicknames in the linebacker corps or anything?
There's Pop, and then Sword goes by Sword. Other than that, I wouldn't really say nicknames. Not too much. We got Ryan. Ryan got nicknames. Trump. Yeah.
What if you've gotten a look at South Carolina at all, what stood out about their offense you guys were showing up against?
There's a few things that stood out, but really just, I guess Spencer Rattler, he does a good job moving the ball around, pushing it down to the extended plays.
Tell me about Nobody Cares. You see it on the shirts, and it seems like the team kind of gets behind that saying.
Nobody cares. This is just a thing, like a motto we kind of picked up, throughout the summer workouts. Just, nobody really cares about waking up early or anything like that. You just got to work,
Do you like when, you guys always seem to have some kind of phrase, whether it's you're a leader or not, or, attack the day. Do you like having stuff like that can kind of rally the team?
Yeah, me personally, yeah, because like a lot of times the thing gets hard, like I'll just tell one of those mottos to myself, and then like I'll just keep pushing it. So stuff like that, it helps you, when times get tough.
Do you have a favorite one?
Favorite one? Yeah, it's one Coach Schumann says a lot. He gives a dog tag with it. It takes what it takes. So if it's ever like a hot day, I'll just say to myself, it takes what it takes. So like it's just small talk. So.
Do you follow a lot of the Georgia backers that are in the NFL? And did you see the hit that Tate Crowder put on Terry Henry?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, it was a good play. Yeah, I follow them a lot. N'Kobe, Quaid, Shannon, and then some of the older guys that were here before I got here, like Tay, Roquan, guys like that.
Do you think that kind of, not that you need any more validation for your coaches, but knowing that those guys were walking in your same shoes in the same building, being coached by the same guys, does that make it a lot easier to buy in?
Does it make it a lot easier to buy in? It's pretty easy to buy in general, though, just because like I trusted Coach Schumann, I trust his coaching, that's why I came here. But just showing those guys, it definitely does.
What is the challenge going to be like on Saturday? I always talk about South Carolina being a really loud road environment. The challenge is for a defense as far as communicating when you're going up against a really loud environment. Well,
usually when you're like playing away, it's like they're going to be quiet for their offense. So I guess you're going to be able to hear and communicate. It's not going to be as loud as it would be as a home game for us on defense. So that's not necessarily a challenge. I feel like the defense plays the face more so than the offense.
Grandma still in Ivory Coast?
Yeah, she's here.
Does she know anything about? You're on a national championship, #1 team in the country. Does she follow all of it, or is it totally?
I think she just knows I'm doing good. I don't know if she knows too much about #1 or national champions. But, yeah, she knows I've been making a presence.
Is that crazy? Or nice to have somebody that it doesn't really matter and that they're gonna love you whether you're the starting linebacker at Georgia?
Yeah, but I got a big family, so they all support me. I know they're all gonna love me, whether I'm doing good or whether I'm starting or not. So I always got that support system that will follow me.
Who was the player host when you came here on your visit? Which player
I actually never came on an official visit or anything like that, so I didn't really get a player host or stay overnight or anything.
Was there a player that took you under the wing when you came in?
Yeah, really a lot of the older guys, but two of the ones that kind of stuck out was Quay Walker and Ryan Davis. Yeah, they were two, like, I look at them as my big brothers, you know, both of them when I came in, they helped me, like, with the transition, feel more comfortable.
You tell Kirby you want all the swag from your official visit?
You said what?
You tell Kirby I still want all the swag from my official visit?
Oh, nah, they done got us right since we've been here. They got us right with some swag, so, yeah.
What are the challenges like of facing a guy that can move like Spencer Rattler and having played Bo Nix in that first week? Does it help at all that you already faced one mobile guy?
The challenges, well, yeah, you just extend plays, you know, it's not over till the end of the game, so just stuff like that.
We have time for 2 more questions.
Kirby was saying he wants to see how the defense is going to respond to adversity in a game like South Carolina SEC play and stuff. How do you anticipate y'all responding when South Carolina finally gets to the end zone for the first time, for example?
Well, I mean, Coach Smart does a good job of like throwing adversity at us in practice. So I done seen the team or the defense bounce back from adversity in practice. So I feel like we're gonna do the same.
What does adversity in practice look like?
It just puts us in tough situations, you know, just making it practice hard. But that's like at the end of the day, iron sharpens iron, so it's only gonna make us better.
There were a few balls that were missed. The defense could have intercepted last week. You guys went back and watched the film. What did y'all make of those?
It's just plays like that, you know, we're getting so close, you know, with practice, you know, more and more, you know, people get more experience. I feel like those kind of plays are just like those are game-changing plays, like just like, you know, inches away. So I feel like if we keep working, we're gonna start getting those.
All right, thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you.